Dignitaries on the dais, young brother Prabhat, who has, I think, done a lot of work to make this happen today. So congratulations to you and your entire team. I know it's not easy to do this, so a little bit of learning that you will take, and especially from the hospitality sector, people who are here, this is the one thing we need to avoid in future, that we should be on time. If it is 10 o'clock, it should have started at 10 o'clock. It's no fault of his. I think the audience turned up late. So this is one learning that where I think Odisha requires to do a little more. Be prompt, be on time. So the topic of today, as Prabhat told me, is technology in tourism. So I was just thinking how technology and tourism sectors are intertwined, or they are married to each other. So when I think they can hear, no problem. When I think about my college, when just after college, I think Commissioner Police also, he will bear that out. There was a long queue to go to Bangalore after doing engineering. And it's not that Bangalore was the only place at that time. In fact, Bangalore was like any other town at that time. We are talking about 25 years back at least. Bangalore had pubs. No other place had. So when we are talking about tourism, we are talking about hospitality. Hospitality made Bangalore what Bangalore is today as the tech capital of the country. So while we talk a lot about what technology can do to the entire sector of tourism, there's a lot the tourism has done also to the sectors like IT. I was having a chat of the dais with Dubai also, because we all were in San Francisco, which is the 5th largest economy in the world. Only California is $5 trillion economy they do on technology. And what beautiful place in terms of tourism. What a beautiful place that is. So tourism and technology are married to each other. And because of COVID, we saw in the last 3.5 years, that has become now accepted by all. Earlier that acceptance was probably a little lukewarm, little hesitant, but now people had to adapt because the tourism sector itself underwent a dramatic transformation when they had to really think in terms of faceless, touchless technologies in an area which is supposed to be an area of touch and feel. That was the challenge which I think now we have overcome, and the entire world was geared up in terms of adopting technology. We hear a lot about startups. So I and Sanu were talking also just a while back. There's a lot of startups happening. Today some of them are unicorn. 2 years down the line they will be nowhere in the picture. So the ones that we knew are no longer there. 3 years back the people who were unicorn, there are about 40-45 unicorns in the country. Today we have about 60, but those 45 are not there. 80% of that mix has changed. But there are 3 areas where the technology has disrupted, changed, and has become profitable. Not many great ideas in disruption are profitable. They do valuation, so we know a Paytm is valued at billions of dollars, but they actually bleed money, they don't make money. But 3 areas in which technology was adopted and has stood the test of time. One is aggregation in terms of hotels, aggregation in terms of transport. So you now when we travel anywhere, the 3 things that we think about first is where to stay, how to travel, what to eat. These 3 areas are the areas which adopted technology the greatest way. And you talk about Airbnbs, you talk about Swiggy's, Zomato's, you talk about the entire aggregation that has happened in hotel and travel and food. Yet tourism has not been affected, it has been helped by technology. So when initially the food aggregation started, there was a lot of apprehension by the hoteliers, the restaurants, thinking that if they start giving people food at their home, then why would they come to a hotel? So that was a mindset which came from an era where we always thought that this is the kitty is fixed, so we need to protect our turf. But as often happens in technology, whether you like it or not, people adopt it if there is convenience. So people adapted to it. Now we see the restaurants are not vacant, but Swiggy's and Zomatos are also doing business for those restaurants. So how we increase this pie that we have, that kitty that we have, and stop thinking that it is a fixed thing. That will determine where India will go, where Odisha will go in terms of invigorating the space of tourism. I come from a background of railway, so I can give you one of the first examples of technology adoption in the broader sector of tourism, which is mainly travel. I think it is late 1980s when railway started booking tickets on computer. So it's called a PRS system, passenger reservation system. So prior to that, if the older folks would understand, if you needed to travel, buy a ticket, how did you do it at that time? You have to go to physically to the counter. There would be large registers. If let's say from Bhubaneswar you want to go to Chennai, so between Bhubaneswar to Chennai, all stations would be there in that register. Each station would have been given a quota of tickets. So let's say Bhubaneswar gets 10 tickets in Coromandel. So that poor fellow can sell only 10 tickets. So then maybe Balugaon will sell 2 more, Barampur will send 7, 8 more. Like that, the tickets were distributed. There was no way Barampur could talk to Bhubaneswar and sell ticket or vice versa of each other's quota. So it used to happen that the train used to go, in main areas the tickets are not available, in the wayside stations the tickets were vacant. So that gave rise to a lot of corruption. So the TT will be able to sell vacant seats to people at a price. Technology does this wonderful thing of optimizing what we have. So today many times we think that what we have is not enough. We need more infra, we need more hotels, we need more restaurants. While we do need that in the medium run and long run, in the short term, are we completely optimizing the resources that are available with us? Can we do our marketing or use something by which our restaurants are also full on Mondays and Thursdays? Why should it only be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday concept? How many restaurants offer 50% discount on food on Monday, Thursday? Not many. But optimization enhances efficiency and brings in more customers. And in any form of optimization, when we are talking about scaling up, manually we can't do. That's what railways showed, that when they went from the register system to the PRS system, today anywhere anyone can buy a ticket from any station to any station. You think about this railways did in the late 80s. What we are doing today, let's say through Make My Trip or Yatra or other apps for airlines, in the last 10 years, railways did this in the late 80s. So this is the capability of Indians. This is the biggest technology application anywhere in the world at that time. This is what is our foundation. This is what is our bedrock. This is what is our capability. So I think when we are talking about technology in tourism, tourism is part of the society, part of our own life. Each part of our life has been affected by technology today. So tourism will not stay away. In fact, tourism has adopted technology in the broader sense much better than any other sector. But going forward, technology will not only be adopted across, but technology will become deeper. And I'll give you just 2 short examples because I think others will get bored on this. When we are talking about tourism, we often confuse that with travel. So tourism mainly concerned with travel. So if you travel, then tourism takes place. But we are in a place and situation where we can actually create an environment by which we can do tourism without travel through technology. The kind of technology use that is being done today, the experience, the immersive experience that you can actually create, technology has reached a level through which, especially now, when the data is available, when the machine learning is so super that the artificial intelligence is almost better than human intelligence in every form now, we should be able to curate packages and things which will boost tourism, need not be linked to travel completely. So this is how we need to think going ahead, that it is tourism is a very broad sector. In fact, countries survive on tourism alone. But for this 2-3 years of COVID that we had, there are countries, many, all of you know better than me, their only form of sustenance and resource and revenue is tourism. So it is one of those mother economies of the world. And to reach there, today using technology, we can actually completely disrupt what we are seeing. If we have in Odisha something which we are really proud of, we want to show. Let's say we have a museum. How many of us go to the museum? Being in Bhubaneswar, not many. But the interest for visiting museum is not geographically defined. That because you are in Bhubaneswar, you would like to go to the museum. No. So that interest comes from a particular faculty of mind. Somebody who is oriented towards research, somebody is oriented towards history, they would like to see different museums. How many people sitting in, let's say, San Francisco or Tokyo will be able to access our museum? And access how? So there are libraries around the world. From A to Z is available to you at a fingertip. And you pay for it. You pay a fee, access that, and you imagine a museum in Bhubaneswar, which has a footfall, let's say about 5,000 per day max, can have a footfall digitally of 50,000, 1 lakh. So when we are talking about tourism, now is the right time. I think they have written it, Prabhat and all. Digital tourism is tourism plus plus. So where can you bring in the digital interventions to make things better? And it need not only be online booking or the hotel management that you are seeing in the front office or giving orders. I'll just leave this thought with you in the end. The most valuable thing for any industry is data about the customers. Now that everything is digitized, people are traveling digitally, people are booking hotels digitally, people are booking food digitally, human behavior when they travel can be actually captured and predicted. There are models available, there are tools available, very high-end tools are available where it can be done. We at this time, or maybe in the next 5, 7, 10 years, can be in a position to be able to predict who will go where and curate advertisements like that. Creation of demand and fulfillment of the demand, both can be done digitally. We saw during COVID what happened to Maldives. Everybody made a beeline because they saw it on the Instagram. So what else it is other than digital marketing? So today I think there is a complete democratization of information, of opinion, and of trust. So earlier when we used to make a plan to go anywhere, we used to ask our friends or somebody who would have gone there to ask which hotel is the better thing, where we need to go. Today all that we have to do is go to TripAdvisor and see what is the rating. So that information which somebody was holding on to by going there, it is available at will for everyone. So that is why I say it is complete democratization of opinion, of trust, which has happened in this industry. Can we make use of this and take it further? I think that's the thought we have for technology and in tourism. Thank you, Prabhat, for having me. It's a wonderful initiative that you have done. It's the first such thing. So many congratulations. I wish you all the power. Go forth. Thank you so much.